The office was unusually quiet that winter afternoon. Outside, the snow drifted softly past the glass windows of Haven Tech Industries, wrapping the city in white. Inside, the mood was colder still. The quarterly reports had come in, and the numbers weren't good. At the head of the table sat Mr. Adrian Cole, the company's young but stoic CEO. Known for his brilliance and unforgiving standards, he was the kind of man who didn't smile unless it added value to the bottom line. His employees respected him and feared him. But this day wasn't about admiration. It was about layoffs. 30% of our staff must go before Christmas, Adrian announced firmly. We can't carry losses into the new year. A murmur spread across the conference room. Managers exchanged uneasy glances. Among them sat Emma Parker, a single mother who had joined Haven Tech as an assistant 3 years ago. She'd worked tirelessly, sometimes overnight, trying to balance work with caring for her 6-year-old daughter, Lily. Emma had always been invisible in meetings. The quiet one who smiled politely, never complained, and just kept going. But when her name appeared on the layoff list, her heart sank. That job was their lifeline, their rent, groceries, school fees, Christmas gifts. That evening, Emma stayed late, tears clouding her vision as she packed her desk into a small cardboard box. She didn't even notice the elevator doors open behind her until a soft voice said, "Mommy, why are you crying?" It was Lily. Her babysitter had called, saying the little girl had refused to sleep until she found her mother. Emma wiped her tears quickly, forcing a smile. "Hey, sweetheart. Mommy's just cleaning up." Lily looked at the half-empty desk. "Are we moving?" Before Emma could answer, footsteps echoed across the marble floor. Adrian Cole himself appeared, checking his phone, clearly unaware of the child in the office. He looked up, surprised. "Miss Parker? Why are you still here?" Emma stammered. I was just finishing up, sir. I didn't mean to." But before she could finish, Lily turned toward him, clutching her small teddy bear tightly. "Are you the boss?" she asked innocently. Adrian blinked, confused.
Yes.
"I suppose I am." Lily hesitated, her lower lip trembling. Then, in the smallest voice, she whispered, "Please don't fire Mommy. She says Santa won't find us if we move again." The words hit the room like a bell in the dark. Even Adrian froze, staring at the little girl, wide-eyed, pure, her plea trembling in the air. Emma's cheeks flushed red. "Lily, that's enough, sweetheart." But Lily continued softly. "She works all night and never buys things for herself. She says good people get good things if they keep believing. So, can you please not take her job? It's almost Christmas." Adrian's hand lowered slowly from his phone. For the first time in years, he didn't know what to say. Something inside him cracked, a memory he had buried long ago, a boy in tattered shoes asking his mother the same question, decades before he became rich enough to forget it. He took a slow breath and said quietly, "You two wait here." Then he turned and walked out of the office. Emma stood frozen. Lily clutched her mother's coat, whispering, "Did he say yes?" Emma had no answer, but something about the way he looked at them, like he'd just seen himself in another life, told her the night wasn't over. Adrian didn't go home that night. He went to the top floor, to his office, where the skyline glittered with Christmas lights. He stared at the city, a city he had conquered, yet somehow never felt at home in. He remembered his mother, working double shifts at a diner, always saying, "Christmas isn't about gifts, Adrian. It's about giving someone a reason to hope." But after she passed away, hope became a currency he couldn't afford. He replaced love with ambition, comfort with control. Until tonight, when a little girl reminded him what real poverty looked like. Not the lack of money, but the fear of being forgotten. The next morning, he called HR, remove Emma Parker from the termination list. The manager stammered, "But sir, her department." "Find a new role for her," Adrian said. "Something she's good at." And for the first time in a long time, the CEO's tone wasn't cold. It was human. Meanwhile, Emma woke up to an email that made her blink twice. Subject: Position update. You have been reassigned to the Community Outreach Program. Please report to the executive office at 10 a.m. She thought it was a mistake. But when she arrived, she found Adrian waiting by the elevator, holding 2 cups of coffee. "Good morning, Miss Parker," he said simply, handing her one. She looked confused. "Sir, I don't understand. You saved my job." He nodded. "Actually, you've been promoted. You'll help me oversee a new charity initiative. I could use someone who understands what real struggle feels like." Tears welled up in her eyes. Why are you doing this?" Adrian smiled faintly. "Because someone once helped my mother when no one else would. And last night, your daughter reminded me of that." From that day, Emma worked directly with him. Together, they launched Haven Hearts, a company program to support single parents and struggling families during the holidays. Soon, the office began to change. Laughter filled corners that once echoed with stress. Employees volunteered their weekends to wrap gifts for children. One snowy evening, as everyone decorated the lobby Christmas tree, Lily ran in with a handmade card. She tugged at Adrian's sleeve and said, "Mr. Boss, I made this for you. It says thank you for saving Christmas." Adrian knelt down, smiling genuinely for the first time in years. "You know, Lily, I think you saved Christmas for me." The card had 2 stick figures, one big, one small, holding hands under a Christmas tree. The big one had a little tag, Mr. A. And the small one said, "By Christmas Eve, Lily." Haven Tech looked less like a corporation and more like a miracle. The lobby was filled with gifts, decorations, and laughter. Employees' families were invited to the company's first ever Christmas party, organized by Emma herself. For the first time, Adrian didn't stand apart from his people.
He joined in. He laughed.
He listened. But what he didn't expect was the gift waiting for him. As the evening drew to a close, Emma approached him, holding a small wrapped box. "This is from Lily," she said softly. He unwrapped it carefully. Inside was a framed drawing. It showed the 3 of them, Adrian, Emma, and Lily, standing beside a Christmas tree with the words, "Family means who stays when others leave." Adrian's throat tightened. He looked up, blinking back tears. "I don't deserve this," he said quietly. Emma smiled gently. "You do. Because you chose kindness when it was easier not to." In that moment, Adrian realized something. Success had given him everything he wanted, but kindness gave him everything he'd lost. As the clock struck midnight, snow began to fall outside. He looked around at the glowing faces, the laughter, the joy, and whispered, "Merry Christmas, Mom. You were right." He turned to Emma and Lily, kneeling to their level. "How about we make this our new tradition? Dinner every Christmas Eve." Lily grinned. "Can we have hot cocoa too?" He chuckled. "As much as you want." And that night, as laughter echoed through Haven Tech's once silent halls, a once lonely CEO found what no fortune could buy: a family, a purpose, and a heart reborn in kindness. Glowing Star Final CTA, Faceless Channel Style. Broken heart sometimes. The smallest voice can heal the biggest heart. Christmas tree, if this story touched you, share it, because kindness doesn't cost a thing, but it can change everything.